The story opens with an intense fight between Vin and his rival Yan. In the first round, Vin dominates so badly that the crowd is sure he'll win. But Yan is desperate. He'll do anything to take the victory. So he turns to something dark: black magic. From the sidelines, Vin's father, Han, notices something strange. He spots one of Yan's men secretly boosting Yan's strength through a forbidden ritual. Without hesitation, Han charges at the man, beats him down, and breaks the spell. Yan's power instantly weakens. Seizing the moment, Vin pushes himself back on his feet, gathers every ounce of strength, and delivers a crushing counterattack that knocks Yan out. After the fight, Vin is chatting with his girlfriend when he notices a group of mysterious men in black suits surrounding his father. One of them, Shane, steps forward. He's after a sacred amulet Han owns, a powerful relic that can destroy any black magic. Shane offers a huge sum of money for it, but Han flatly refuses. With a cold smile, Shane warns him, "That's your choice, but don't blame me for what happens next," before leaving like a shadow of danger. On their way home that night, Vin asks his father about the men and the amulet. Han simply says, "Son, strength and wisdom alone aren't always enough. Sometimes you need something more." Moments later, on a deserted road, a car screeches to a stop in front of them. Armed men leap out and open fire. Han pushes Vin out of the car, yelling for him to run. Vin dives into a ditch, heart pounding as bullets fly. The gunfire stops, and a man in a red shirt climbs into their car. He shoots Han, rips the amulet from his hands, and as soon as he touches it, the tattoos on his skin writhe like living snakes. Vin watches in horror, helpless, frozen. The next thing Vin knows, he's waking up in a hospital bed. His friends tell him something chilling. His father had taken out an insurance policy for him just days before. It's as if Han knew this was coming. Broken and grieving, Vin returns home. The sight of his father's photos shatters him. He remembers Han's words, "Strength and mind aren't always enough. Sometimes you need a third thing." Days later, while praying at the temple, Vin finds an ancient book filled with spells and chants of black magic. He realizes his father's death was no accident. It was a calculated attack using dark forces. Determined, Vin tattoos protective mantras from the book onto his body and seeks out a master necromancer to learn every secret of the craft. He trains relentlessly, physically, mentally, and magically, until he commands terrifying powers, ready to avenge Han's death. Months later, Vin discovers the truth. A secret cult called the Laws of Universe has been seducing people with promises of wealth, fame, and peace, only to ensnare them in the chains of black magic. It's not crime, it's a business of fear. A factory of superstition. And the biggest blow, Vin learns that his own girlfriend Rachel is now one of them. Once a struggling model, she's suddenly become a star. At a press conference, she reveals that after Vin left her, she fell into a deep depression until they found her. After joining the organization, Rachel's life took a complete turn. She wasn't just making more money than she'd ever dreamed of. She felt powerful, unstoppable, and happier than ever. Her glowing words and carefully crafted social media posts became a magnet, pulling millions of people toward the Laws of Universe. The mastermind behind it all was Miss May, the founder. But when May discovered that her partner, Sarah, had betrayed her, she didn't confront her directly. Instead, she sent her trusted manager, Ren, to talk some sense into her. Ren's voice was calm but firm. "Think carefully before walking away from us." But Sarah wasn't backing down. "I'm launching my own course," she said, eyes blazing. "I'll make a fortune, and I won't have to share a single cent. If you or your syndicate try to stop me, I'll expose every dark secret you've been hiding." Ren left without another word, but inside he was shaken. That fear quickly twisted into malice. Before walking out, he silently cast black magic on her. The next morning, Sarah sat down for breakfast. Out of nowhere, her throat tightened. She clutched her neck, gasping for air, panic flooding her face. Then, in a scene straight out of a nightmare, a huge centipede crawled out of her mouth. She collapsed to the floor, writhing in agony, until her body finally went still. Meanwhile, Vin had tracked down Shan, the same man who had tried to take the amulet from his father. When Vin showed up at his door, Shan's eyes flickered with fear. He drew a gun, warning Vin to back off, but Vin didn't flinch. In one swift move, he disarmed Shan and beat him down. "Why did you want the amulet? Why did you kill my father?" Vin demanded. Shan coughed. "I didn't kill him, I'm just a middleman. I collect black magic artifacts and sell them to the company. They pass them on to rich buyers. I get my cut, that's all I know." Shan handed over a tablet containing a list of the company's owners and every cursed item he had ever delivered. But while Vin was scanning the list, Shan made his move, firing a shot at Vin. The bullets hit, but Vin didn't even bleed. Before Shan could fire again, Vin wrenched the gun from him and pressed for the truth about his father's killer. But just as Shan was about to speak, a necromancer, one who had been watching Vin, cast a deadly spell, killing Shan instantly. The next day, Vin stopped by Rachel's place. She looked startled to see him. "Where have you been all these months?" she asked. "It's a long story," he replied. "But listen, this organization you're working for, something's not right. Stay away from them. I'm worried about you." With that, he walked away. Elsewhere, Officers Lin and Chan were digging into Shan's death. The autopsy revealed his stomach and intestines had been destroyed by an unknown toxin. While they puzzled over the poison, a man listening nearby stepped forward. "That wasn't poison," he said. "That was black magic. If you want the truth, you'll need a necromancer." Digging into past cult-related murders, Officer Lin found a chilling lead, a detective who had been both an investigator and a necromancer, and who mysteriously vanished 15 years ago while on a similar case. Back in Vin's world, his friends brought him new intel. May's company was about to illegally ship a massive batch of black magic dolls, amulets, and other cursed artifacts to Indonesia. This was his chance to hit them where it hurt. Late that night, Vin slipped into May's factory. The warehouse was stacked high with every dark relic imaginable. As Ren prepared to lock up for the night, Vin quietly set the entire shipment ablaze, watching the flames consume the heart of their operation. Ren spotted Vin inside the burning factory and rushed to stop him. The two clashed fiercely, fists and magic colliding in a storm of rage. Ren unleashed a terrifying monster through black magic, sending it charging toward Vin. The beast's power was overwhelming, and for a moment, Vin faltered, but he quickly summoned his own dark ally, a massive dragon. The two creatures clashed in a battle of fire and fury until the dragon tore Ren's monster apart. With his enemy defeated, Vin shoved Ren into the raging flames, leaving him to burn as he walked out of the inferno. When news of the fire reached Victor, he immediately reported it to May. The next day, May and Victor visited Ren in the hospital. May's voice was icy, but calm. "Don't worry about the factory," she said. Then, turning to Victor, she added, "Do what's necessary to end his suffering." She removed her hand from Ren's, signaling her decision. That night, when Ren was alone, Victor entered and silently cast a deadly spell. Moments later, Ren was gone, forever. Meanwhile, Vin was celebrating his victory with friends at a club. As his friend went to grab noodles, Pai leaned in. "Why don't you leave this to the police?" But before Vin could answer, May's men burst in, guns blazing. In seconds, Pai was dead. Vin barely escaped, slipping out into the night. Tao returned with noodles, only to find Pai's lifeless body. His grief was gut-wrenching, but Vin, watching from a distance, could do nothing. The next day, Victor reviewed CCTV footage with the police. "We've seen Vin near the company's properties multiple times. This is connected to his father's death. He's behind these murders." Convinced, Victor pushed the commissioner to arrest him. That evening, May hosted a lavish party. Police, including Chan, took undercover positions, ready to arrest Vin. Soon, Vin arrived and froze time with black magic, walking straight to May. "Why did you have my father killed?" he demanded. May looked genuinely surprised. "I didn't kill anyone." But before Vin could press further, Victor broke the spell, alerting the officers. Gunfire erupted. Vin fled, bullets bouncing harmlessly off him, until Chan cornered him at gunpoint. Vin shattered the handcuffs with magic and escaped again. Chan chased him relentlessly, but was soon found collapsed, his body writhing under the grip of dark magic. At the hospital, Chan whispered to Lin about a key, then died. In his locker, Lin discovered a file on Captain Ethi, a necromancer, and Chan's brother, imprisoned in Bangkok. Lin visited Ethi in prison, asking for help with the black magic murders. She told him about Chan's death and handed him a paper Chan had left. Ethi snatched it, hypnotized Lin into removing protective spells, and escaped. Elsewhere, Vin was hiding from the police at a metro station when thugs ambushed him. He fought hard, killing them with black magic, but then Ethi appeared. Believing Ethi was there to kill him, Vin attacked, summoning his dragon. But the beast cowered before Ethi's presence. Ethi quickly overpowered Vin, read his mind, and realized Vin hadn't killed Chan. Without a word, he walked away. That night, Ethi invaded May's dreams, accusing her of greed and destruction. He drowned her in blood, only for her to wake and realize it was a nightmare. Later, Vin went to see Rachel but found Victor in her room. Hiding, he watched as May's guards spotted him. Fleeing upstairs, Vin was attacked by Victor. With a cruel smirk, Victor removed his wig. "Remember me now? I killed your father that night." Fury consumed Vin. He attacked, but his blows did nothing. Victor broke Vin's hand, but Vin healed it with magic. Again and again, Victor crushed him, breaking bones, inflicting wounds, only for Vin to heal and keep fighting. But the truth became clear. Victor was far stronger. Vin unleashed his dragon, but Victor summoned his own monster, forcing Vin to retreat. Bleeding and broken in the street, Vin was found by Ethy, who healed him and left without a word. Meanwhile, May and Victor discussed recent killings. May sensed a growing threat and prepared a ritual, asking Victor's help. But Victor's true motives surfaced. He claimed the company had once belonged to his father, ruined by May's betrayal. The night of the ritual, Vin stormed in, grabbing May by the throat. Victor unleashed his monsters on Ethy, who fought to reach May, but Victor turned him to stone. Ethy broke free long enough to see into Victor's mind and learn the truth. Victor had killed Chan. Victor admitted he wanted Ethy's black magic, not Ethy himself. As he began draining Ethy's power, Vin joined the fight. Even together, they couldn't harm Victor. Vin summoned his dragon to distract him, and they destroyed one of Victor's demonic vines. But the freed dragon turned on Vin, draining his power. Lin arrived, firing at Victor, but the bullets did nothing. Victor grabbed Rachel and snapped her neck. Her death shattered Vin's spirit. Ethy turned a pile of demonic ashes into stone, creating a weapon. The police burst in, and Victor fled. Vin was arrested, locked away, while Victor took over May's company, spreading his dark influence across the country. Lin, knowing the danger, smuggled Vin the demonic stone. Absorbing its power, Vin regained his strength and his immortality. He stormed Victor's warehouse, slaughtering guards. Victor offered to join forces, but Vin refused. Victor revealed a horrific trophy, Rachel's severed head. Rage exploded in Vin. They fought brutally until Victor drenched Vin with dog's blood, stripping away his healing powers. Even weakened, Vin fought with everything he had. As Victor began stealing his life force, Vin drove a shard of glass into his chest, planting a magical seed inside. It grew rapidly, tearing Victor apart from within. The next day, the commissioner confronted Lin for aiding Vin, but when they checked his cell, Vin was still there, untouched. In truth, Vin had become even stronger after Victor's death. Elsewhere, Ethy sat on a train, heading to an unknown destination, when a stranger attacked him. And with that, the story closed, for now.